So the tailgate is stuck closed on this Discovery 4, and I think it's quite a common problem, but when you press the button on the boot or on the remote, there's a little noise, but the tailgate doesn't click, doesn't pop, and doesn't open. So there's something wrong with the actuator or the latch inside the upper part of the tailgate. So well, actually it's the lower opening portion of the tailgate. So I'm going to have a look at that, and the only way now to get that open is by going inside the vehicle and having a go at pulling the carpet away to get access to the inside of the lower tailgate, to get the parts accessible, to pull the cable, to release the catch. So sitting inside the back of the vehicle, we've got to get this carpet off here. We've got to actually prise the carpet from under this plastic trim because we can't get this trim off. So we have to get something under here and pull the carpet away, and once we can pull the carpet away, we should get access somewhere in this area to the actuator, which is in the lower tailgate here, and then there's a cable that goes to the latch, which is again somewhere about where my finger is here. So we've got to pull this carpet away. I've looked at a few other videos online on YouTube, and they all show how to do this with the tailgate open, apart from one. But the one that I have seen shows you how to do it once he's already got the carpet popped out from this plastic trim. I'm going to show you how to get the plastic out from this the carpet out from this plastic trim, because that is the secret. Once you've done that, the whole job becomes a little bit simpler. Okay, I've been playing for quite a few minutes now with flat plastic trim scraper or flat plastic trim remover, I should say, to try and pull the carpet out from under this lip. No, it just simply isn't doing it. I can see I could be here for hours trying this, and it's not going to get anywhere. So I had a little think, and I thought that the only way to get this out is to have a flat, hooked shaped tool, maybe something similar shape to this but with a little hook at the end of it. So I've quickly gone and made this out of an old paint scraper. I've just put it in the vise after heating it with a gas torch, and now I'm going to give this a go. Hopefully this is going to work. I haven't done this job before, but I think I stand a good chance of getting this to work. So we're going to push that up under there now, and then we're going to have a go at levering it all off. Once you get it started, it's easier to get the carpet out. Then it seems to be a case of just like taking a tire off a bike. You can work your way along it. I can't film and do the job all at the same time, but you can see within seconds I've worked my way along like this, having got the first bit out, and it's going quite easily from here. So that's the tool I made. It has in fact bent slightly doing the job, but basically that just hooked under there and allow me then to lever up against it, and it just popped it out, and it made this job so much easier. I missed the actual moment of popping it, but because I needed both hands to do the job. But you can see I had to make up a bar here. I'll take that out and show you that in a minute. But that bar goes through a little hole in the back of the activator plate, and effectively there's a bent end like this, almost a 90-degree bent end at the other end, and by wiggling that around inside I was able to, there it is, that's the other end of it, I was able to push the cable back, and then there was a click and the tailgate just lifted. So I've managed to open it, and now it should be a bit more straightforward. I'll take a few more pictures of what I've been doing, but I guess if I take the time it took me to make the tools into consideration, it's probably taken me half an hour to get to this stage, essentially, and that included making these two tools out of bits I had in the workshop. Okay, a bit more in a minute. For the next bit of the job, I've got a towel, and I've actually got this adjustable height roller, which is just convenient from the workshop, but that's just to lay the tailgate down onto when you open it, because you have to take the stay wires off. Got a couple of clothes pegs, and I've also got just a little bent scriber just to pick some bits of trim off. So these are the little pieces of trim we've got to pick off. Basically, you've got 4 of them along the top of the boot here, like that. So we need to pick those off, and you can just pick them off with a little pick like this. This is a bent scriber. They'll just pop away, and they'll expose a cross-headed screw underneath. And there's the screw. So you've got 4 of those to take out. Okay, that's the tailgate down. I'm just now going to take the top bit of trim off. It should just, I believe, pull away. Never done this before, so I don't really know. Screw that, no screw that. I think I'm going to need 2 hands for this. Yeah, I'm going to need 2 hands. This is what it looks like once you get it off. These are little trim clips that can pop away. The little metal clips in there. You just want to make sure that you get all of those. Also, you've got these white plastic spring trim clips that just pop into the black moulding. Just make sure that they're okay and you haven't lost any of them. So that is that. There's a little black spring clip here that holds the stay wire onto the socket joint on the ball. Basically, what you want to do is slide that clip back, because that spring clip holds the socket joint to the ball. If you slide it back, it'll save you breaking the socket, like I did on the first one. Again, I didn't know about that, but I've learned that on the second one I'm doing. So slide that clip back, and then this should just pop off easily. Let's see if it does. There it goes. No force at all, and nothing is broken this time. Then it's a case of a 13mm socket on these little ball pins. If you take them out, then we should be able to get that cover off. So that's a 13mm. That should do the job. I'll just take those off. And finally, that bit of trim is good. It's off. We can actually get on with what we started to try and do, which is get this bit all out. Let's take out the torque screws, just undo those. To get the catch out, equally you've got some 8mm bolts. I've taken the activator out now, it's sitting down here, but there was a bolt just there where my finger is, and there was another bolt just here to take the activator out. And that's just sitting in there loose underneath. One thing I didn't find initially on the little socket, the electrical connector, there's this little tab here. You just need to squeeze that to get it off. If you don't, you might break something, so just squeeze that down and then it just pulls away. They're all a bit different, but that one on this particular LR4 Discovery 4 is just like that. Clothes pegs work really well, stopping these stay wires from flying back in, because the last thing you want is for a stay wire to fly back inside the trim. Otherwise you're going to have to dig it all out, probably take it all off and get to it, which will double the time it takes to do this stupid job. So this is the whole assembly out of the car now, and whilst bits of it seem to work, overall I think the catch, the latch here, is mullered, doesn't work at all. So when you pull it on the cable, it sort of sometimes works, sometimes doesn't, and jams. So I think that's why it was getting intermittently bad. So people recommend you change all of the pieces, so this is what I've done. So I've put the new bits together, and I'm refitting them. Cable actually locates into this little plastic moulding. There's a hook-shaped bend on the end of the cable ferrule, I guess you call that, and that should just push and click into position, just like that. So that's assembled now, and that was assembled when I took it apart. So the whole assembly was together, but I think because bits of plastic inside the latch had broken away, or maybe even swollen up with grease over time, it was causing it to jam up and not work properly, hence we weren't getting the tailgate to open. So now we're all back together, and with a bit of luck, the tailgate should all open perfectly. Something I did have to do as well was just to take this little piece of trim out, and I actually had to adjust this striker where it hits the new latch. It was slightly out of whack, it wasn't opening properly. It can slide sideways and forwards and out. If you undo these 2 bolts, it's completely movable basically, so you can get it in the right position. Essentially you need to get it in the middle of this latch that you've just fitted. It needs to fit more or less bang in the middle of that when it goes in, and if it goes in, if it sticks out too far, it won't latch properly. If it goes in too far, then the tailgate doesn't shut and seal properly, so you get drafts and you probably get water in as well. So you have to get it just in the right place, and because this has been changed and it's different from the original one, it needed just a slight tweak. Not much, but I just had to move it very, very slightly by, say, undoing these 2 bolts, and then just I had to slide it that way by probably about 2 millimeters, and then it all worked. So refit this little piece of trim, just push that in, then check it's in, it's all in, the boot should shut. So these are the 2 special tools that I made to do the job. As I say, one's out of an old scraper, the other one's just out of a piece of, I think that's 6mm, maybe 4mm stainless steel bar that I had. But it's just got 2 hooks at the end of it, and if I put my hand next to it, pick it up, gives you some idea of the size of it. That was really helpful in getting the cable to release. And this is the carpet removal tool to actually hook the carpet out from under the plastic trim that's on the top of the lower tailgate. Without this, you'll be really struggling. It did make a big difference. It became very easy after that.